I'll call the
Nice
Conservation
segue, Dave.
Commission meeting. Yeah, I'll call the meeting to order. Is there anything to come before the Conservation Commission that's not on the agenda this evening? Hearing none. First item on the agenda is a notice of intent for 24 to 32nd Lane for a single-family home. The applicant has requested that the Conservation Commission continue the hearing. He still has to pull together the changes to the plan that we had requested that he make. Katie, did he give you a date?
To December 8th.
December 8th. Any questions?
Is
Can
that
I
our
have a
next,
mo-
is that
I'm
our next
sorry?
meeting? Is that our next meeting?
Yeah, it should be the 1st, but that's next week.
Okay, okay,
We
No, I
got
can-
messed up with the elections, so we're a little off, so.
okay, okay.
Of
Can I
course,
have a mo-
I can make the 1st. I can't make the 8th.
What, you got a
Yeah.
Christmas? You got a Christmas
Serious.
party?
Nah, I'll be in Wells, Maine.
Really? What,
Yep.
did that project up there go bad and you had to fix it?
Oh, another one. I got another one.
In Wells, you built one big one in Wells, I think, didn't you?
Yeah, we did a Cumberland
Maybe.
Farms.
Anyhow, can I have a motion to continue the hearing on 24 to 32nd Avenue? I'm sorry, 2nd Lane until December 8th.
So move.
Dave, I second that.
Okay, so the motion was made by Mr. Gibbs and seconded by Mr. Garahan. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Chris?
Aye.
Billy Vines?
Aye.
Mark Gibbs?
Aye.
Chris Tamula?
Aye.
Carl Bischoff?
Aye.
John Swenson, did you come on? No, absent. And Dave McLaughlin, okay. Next item on the agenda is a request for a certificate of compliance for 100 Watton Street where they built a solar field. Remember, that's the old manufacturing facility, and the guy put solar panels all around it, I think. And we had a bit of trouble with them just on building, excuse me, on replacing the floodplain. Katie, have you been out there?
Yeah, I was just out there today,
No problems?
actually. Everything looks good. The grass is grown. No problem.
Is he
No.
actually,
Nope, grass is
is he
stable.
producing electricity? Do you know?
Yeah, they are at this point. Yeah,
I heard, incidentally, I heard the one up at the old landfill is producing electricity, so that's good. Any questions or comments on the request for a certificate of compliance? Can I have a motion to issue a certificate of compliance for 100 Watton Street?
So moved.
So moved.
So moved by Carl.
Second.
Second by
Second.
whom? Second by Chris. Any discussion? All in favor? Chris Garahan,
Aye.
Billy Vines,
Aye.
Mark Gibbs,
Aye.
Chris Tamula,
Aye.
Carl Bischoff,
Yeah, aye.
and me, aye. That's approved. Next item on the agenda is discussion of tree removal of 8 Regina. Do you want to take us through that, Katie?
yeah. So the tree company contacted me. The homeowner wants to remove 2 trees from the back of their property. So I had engineering survey it. The trees are actually on our property, but the homeowner is willing to pay to have them taken down. So I just wanted to get your
And
approval.
I take it they're pretty close to the house. Is that why they want to take them down?
Yeah, they're large trees that would hit the house. And they're nervous with all the windstorms.
They're going to leave the roots in place? Or the trunk
Yeah,
stumps
Yeah.
in place? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Any other questions or
That was
comments?
on town property, Katie, you said?
Yeah, it's one of our little random plots.
Oh, okay. No,
Charlie Brook runs through it.
okay.
We're co-owners. It says we're co-owners, but we're owners. Conservation Commission.
But the homeowners are willing
No.
to.
It's not
cross
a
the
named
street.
property. It's not a named property.
Yeah, I don't have any trouble.
I didn't hear anything you said.
Okay, can I have a motion to allow the homeowner of 8 Regina, is it road or drive? Drive, I guess, to remove 2 trees which are on conservation land but are endangering his home.
Dave, I move to approve, again, subject to the homeowner paying for the work.
Okay, is there
I
a second?
second.
Second by Carl? Yes.
Sure.
Any discussion? All in favor? Chris Scarahan,
Aye.
Bill Vines,
Aye.
Mark Gibbs.
Do we determine the stumps are gonna stay? That's part of it? I didn't hear anything else more about that.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
no,
dumpster
no.
staying.
A,
You want to put that in the
They have
motion?
no plan
Let's
to
put,
drive.
you want to put that in the motion then, Katie? Okay, so Mark, you said yes?
Yeah, I'll put it on their form too.
Okay, Chris Tamula
Yes, aye.
and me, aye. So that passes. Next item on the agenda
And
Is
Carl,
that-
aye too.
is a discussion of the Cranberry Bog regulation. I've got to bring it up. Hold on for a second. You should all have a copy of it there. Over the years, we've had an understanding with a number of people about how to maintain the water level at Hart Pond. And historically, it was done in April and October by DPW. More recently, probably in the last 5 to 10 years, unbeknownst to the Conservation Commission, I believe, it was taken over by the Hart Pond Association. What they do is, in the springtime, they lower the level in Hart Pond, and in the fall, they raise the level at Hart Pond. When they lower the level, it affects the Cranberry Pond, which is our pond and downstream from Hart Pond, and may or may not affect our dam. We've had a relationship where we historically, Mark Duffy has managed the level at the Cranberry Pond because he uses that water to flood the cranberry fields. He's no longer farming out there. It hasn't been for 3 years. So we have the responsibility for maintaining the level in the Cranberry Pond. I thought it might be appropriate just to write something down in writing and have it as an administrative regulation, not a formal conservation regulation. We do have a list of people who are notified whenever there is a weather event that might affect the the level of the pond and downstream, and also when the water is taken out of Hart Pond. I've articulated that in a written regulation. The only thing I am uncertain about is how high we should allow the water to rise at the dam before we pull some boards out of the dam and let the water flow out. I arbitrarily said 12 inches. I really don't know whether that's appropriate or not, but it would certainly, I think it would work. What we don't want is we don't want the dam to overflow in a flood event. That's not likely to happen when they lower the level in Hart Pond, but it is possible to happen in a fairly heavy rainstorm or a snowstorm with rain. So I thought we should just put it down in writing, and you've all had a chance to look at it if you have any questions. or discussion?
Dave, do we know if there's any like standard best practices for this type of thing or? You know?
Chris, I was unable to find any, and that's why I just stuck 12 inches in there. I mean, we can always change it going forward.
Yep.
I mean, a foot is not very much in a storm event. What I don't want it to do is, you know how that dam's made. It could wash out, it could wash over, and so long as we keep it maintained, it'll be strong enough. But no, I don't know if there are best practice. And of course, it doesn't meet the definition of a formal dam anyhow. So I don't know that we would find any.
Dave, did you, I'm trying to remember, I was on some of the emails. Did Phil look at this?
Phil Koss has historically, since we've taken over, Koss has on their own put flash boards in and out of the dam that we have. He informed me that there were three flash boards for that dam. 2 of them are missing.
Okay,
So there's only one in place. And I spoke to Mark at the outset. I think we can, I mean, they're probably either 2x4s or 2x6s. We'll have to go out and take a look.
I think there's 6, but I'm not sure.
2x6. And the problem we're going to have is, where do you store them? I mean, they were stored off the dam on the side of the trail. And of course, it's always possible that somebody's going to steal them. It doesn't. Right. So I'll discuss it with Phil and see what his thoughts are. I think we can probably put them off to the side in the brush where somebody knows where they are.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments?
No, I like that we're getting it documented in some way.
Yeah, I don't know where we'll keep it, Katie. We don't really have a formal book of administrative procedures. We've got a bunch of them, but I don't know how well organized they are. So we'll have to figure out where to. I don't even know if there's a numbering system that we should assign a number to this, or if we could just file it with all the other administrative procedures. And I mean, if there are 12 of them, that's probably a lot. So it wouldn't be hard to find it if somebody needed to get their hands on it.
It can go right in the bog folder. There's a
Okay.
bog file
Yeah.
on the computer and in a drawer. So
Yeah, because I historically, the Hart Pond was raised and lowered both for the homeowners, but also for the farmer who managed the Cranberry Bog, because he might need water from Hart Pond from time to time. So he had the authority to actually lower Hart Pond. Although in the number of years I've been on conservation, I've never known Mark Duffy had to do that. Of course, now that there is no operator of the dam, and the best that I now know is the town of Carlisle is no longer going to even contemplate farming that as a cranberry bog. They're going to just keep it as an open vista. So I don't see a need for Hart Pond to be adjusted for the use of the cranberry bog. It's more for the benefit of the residents around the pond in the summertime, so they can have a larger beach area, or just to manage that level. And the gentleman that's done it, Mr. Christopher, has done an excellent job over the last 5 or 6 years. Can I have a motion to approve this regulation of the water level at Hart Pond and the Cranberry Pond?
I move, Dave, that we approve the regulation as drafted to regulate the level of the water at the Cranberry Bog, that it be no higher than 1 foot below the top.
Is there a second to that motion?
I second it.
Seconded by Carl.
Carl. Yep.
Any discussion? All in favor? Chris Garahan,
Aye.
Bill Vines,
Aye.
Mark Gibbs,
Aye.
Chris Tamula,
Aye.
Kyle Bischoff,
Aye.
and me, aye. Okay. Could you give us a brief update, Carl, on the work we're doing out at Warren Pole?
Yep, sure. So we have collected feedback. We requested feedback from abutters as well as residents. And along with some Facebook comments, we have a list of input, and we will categorize it and summarize it for a future meeting. Maybe put it on the agenda for the 8th. We'll do that. Steve Yanley has not, I don't see the flagging, Dave, the wetland flagging. He said it was going to be done last week. I went by this morning and I didn't see that it had been done. So I know you were going to contact him about the surveying, and if you could ask him on that again as well, if that's going to get done. And then you and I are both in discussions and emails and planning to meet with Donahue Fire Department next week. And the water department will come out and look at the fire hydrant and get that up and running hopefully this winter.
Incidentally, Carl, they were out there today,
Okay,
and the fire hydrant needs to be upgraded, and they will take care of it.
okay, good. I do have the keys to the barn and the shed. If anyone needs to get in there, I'm going to just hold on to them for now. And Paul Cohen did say that the barn is considered an active structure for the town's maintenance of the property. So it's not an insurance concern. It is covered for insurance. And I walked the property today again with Becky Warren from the family. And there are a couple of springs on the property that she showed me that have covers on them. So I believe they're safe. But we should look at them a little closer, maybe next spring or maybe over the winter as we can see it. But I don't see them as being a safety issue. And I also, she showed me where there is a bridge over Putnam Brook, which I didn't know was there. So when we talk about doing a connecting loop trail, there is a bridge there. So
Is it usable? I take it it's usable?
yeah, it may need to be rebuilt at some point, but as a footbridge, it certainly is usable. So it may need a little repair. The biggest issue is getting some of the brush cleared away from it because it's kind of covered over. Apparently in 2005, they had an American Revolution reenactment on that site, and the reenactment crew wanted that bridge in place, so they built it so that they could do part of their marching. They wanted that bridge, so they built it, and so we are the beneficiaries of a bridge, but it's 15 years old, and nothing's been done to it in 15 years. So, and then the other thing, Dave, there are a couple of trees that we would need an arborist to come in and either remove or prune. One definitely a dead one needs to be removed, and it's huge, it's massive. And it's right along a trail, right near the barnyard.
What's
And,
huge? 75 feet?
Well, yeah, probably it was at one time when it was tall. Most of the top is broken off, but
We can see it.
Got to be a 5-foot trunk.
We can see if DPW could handle it. We can ask them.
Yeah, it could be. The other thing is there's a mulberry tree right there, which Becky said is a really nice tree, but it really needs professional care right now. It needs somebody to come in and prune it. So
Okay.
it might be worth it for us to get, whether it's, one of the local tree companies to come in and maybe do a once over on the property at some point. That's about all I got.
Okay, let me just add, Carl and I met with Mark Duffy from Carlisle last week, who has expressed an interest in taking care of the field because he has a need for hay. So he was gonna bring his son over and take a look at it. And then we might consider some kind of an agricultural lease with him. I don't know what would be involved. His biggest concern is that there are quite a few boulders in that field, and he doesn't know how bad they would be, but we'll pursue that. The meeting that Carl and I are going to have with
Dave, just to interrupt on that 1 second. I know that there's definitely some interest in town as well.
right, so we need to get a hold of them and have them come out.
Yep.
We do have a standard agricultural lease. The town has one with Sheehan Farm, so that would probably be the basis for what we would take a look at.
Okay.
My biggest concern is whether or not we can put the parking lot at Bartlett Street and Acton Road. If we can't put a parking lot there, we're gonna have to really scramble to find some other place for parking that has viewing access by the Chelmsford Police Department, so they don't have to drive way in to check if there's any goings on. But we're making progress. The budget's going to be fairly extensive for it, I think, because as Carl mentioned, we have to have it surveyed. Believe it or not, it was not surveyed for the P&S, which surprised me. But the town didn't have it surveyed. So there'll be a cost, and we need it surveyed for the conservation restriction that will have to be prepared. So that will be a cost. Of course, the parking lot will be a cost. There'll be some additional signage that's going to be needed. No trails are going to be built that will cost money. We might want to talk about whether Chris, you were around. Do you remember the Conway School of Design that did some work for us for the Red Wing Farm? And you, Billy? That was in 2003. We hired the Conway School of Design, which I think is in the western part of the state. They came up with a master plan for Red Wing Farm, which was pretty good. And in fact, costs is following, although it's not as extensive as Conway. If the commission thought it was useful, we could hire the Conway School of Design. I don't know what the cost would be. Carl and I were talking about it. I'm not so sure we'd need something that some people some of the input suggests that they would like to see something like Disney World at the farm, but I don't think we need to.
I don't think we're ready for Disney World.
I don't think so either.
A
So that's all
conservation themed theme park.
Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
right. The theme park. And I mean, we're gonna have to have a granite sign. That'll cost $7,500 probably. I think that's, Billy, was that roughly, do you remember the cost for the one we did at, didn't you handle the one we did at Oak Hill? Didn't you work with the granite company to get?
Yeah, that was,
$5
yeah, I
grand or
did.
$7? Yeah.
Garside.
Yeah, so we can go to them again. So what we'll do is we'll prepare a budget. What I like to do is Carl's going to summarize the public input. Mark and I and Carl will sit down and review it and kind of categorize it into various things. And we'll take a first cut at whether we think it's a reasonable request or it's not consistent with what our view of a reservation should be. We'll work those differences out. Then we'll bring it to you guys, because as a commission, we should approve. That'll be the basis for whatever our plan is to build that thing out. So, and then we'll have to try to have a budget together for January so it can go on the annual town meeting. So that's where we are with that. I don't have anything else. I don't think, let's see, is there anything else on the agenda or is that it?
No minutes to approve, right?
Do we
No.
want just one meeting in December?
Yeah, I think, well, what would the one be at? The one after that would be the 22nd. Yeah, unless it's
Christmas week, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a bad week.
overwhelmed with, do we know when Jay's coming back to us? For the condos in the center? Have you heard anything?
again?
Katie?
I
Do you know? Oh, he doesn't
I
come
thought we were
back to
done
us.
with them.
Yeah, well, yeah, unless he has to make changes from the planning board, right? You're right.
Right.
That's right, we
So
approved. Yeah.
we're all set.
So just a suggestion, do we want to have the meeting on the 17th instead of the 10th? Is there anything would it benefit us more to?
I already have advertised.
Okay, never mind. never
I
mind.
already advertised for the 8th.
Okay.
All right, Katie, do you have anything that you need to bring before us?
Nope, it's been pretty quiet.
Okay, let me just remind the commission, when we vote on things like notices of intent, RDAs, and certificates of compliance, Katie needs our signature within 2 days or so because she's got to get those documents to the applicants. And it's kind of difficult chasing people down. Katie can remind us, if you could remind us who else's signature you need, but all of us should make sure we get down to her office, say by Thursday after a Tuesday meeting. So we've got some tonight. We've got the COC for Wharton Street. I think that's the only one you need a signature on, right?
Yeah, and it's on the table right now.
Okay, so if everybody,
I won't be in tomorrow, and then we're closed the rest of the week, so we're open tomorrow and then closed Thursday, Friday.
Hey, do you need
So,
signatures?
what was that?
Yeah,
You
by next week, by mid next week.
Mid next week.
Yeah, I didn't hear what you had to say. You broke up. Say it again, please.
That's mid next week.
Okay, good. Anything else?
So we're only open tomorrow. Yeah,
Okay, I'll swing by.
Hey, Katie.
Katie, what?
that's it.
Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah,
Hey, Katie, when can we get some more current baby pictures, you know? Or even see the child live?
well, you could, aren't you a friend?
Do you want me to bring him down here?
You should bring him down for the next meeting
I
at
can have
least.
him come down.
All right, we know we need an
He can come
associate
down now.
member.
Hey, Darren.
Bring him down.
Hey, Dare. Dare, bring Marshall. They want to see him.
We want to see the kid.
Hey, I just looked at my schedule. I actually will be here on the
He's
8th.
coming.
Good.
All right, so Timmel is going to be here on the 8th.
The commission wants to see him.
We gonna do anything with Christmas party this year or no?
Here he comes.
I don't know what we're gonna do.
Darren wants to know if you want to see him.
Can have a Zoom beer call.
Is it 9:30?
Hey, Marshall.
Did all places have to be closed?
There he is.
What do we have?
Oh boy, look at this guy. There he is.
How the hell?
Nice.
How the hell could such an ugly guy have a good-looking son?
My goodness. Look at him.
Big.
Look at him.
Jeez.
Wow.
Hello.
Now he's
How old
waving
is
at
he-
us.
How old is he now?
Hey, Darren,
Big.
did you get a turkey this year, Darren? Darren, did you get a turkey this year? I don't
Not
think-
this year. No,
Okay.
I got the turkey. I went to the grocery
She
store.
we
got
got
the
the
turkey.
butterball
No.
this year.
No, Katie, you married the turkey.
Oh jeez.
Nice.
Yeah, he
Anyway,
married him, yeah.
and this-
You
and
got a
this
turkey
is
for
why-
life.
This is why historically we haven't had televised conservation commission.
Look at this. This is gonna drive.
Yeah.
This will drive the ratings up even higher.
All right, anything else to come before the commission?
Right.
Motion
Yeah,
to-
the
motion
ratings,
to
I love
adjourn.
it.
I'm sorry,
Hey,
did someone have something to bring up? No, motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn.
Done. See you
All right.
guys. Take
Have a
care.
good one.
Good
Have a
night.
good Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
I hope you have a nice Thanksgiving.
Oh, you-